beings, welcome to practice. All right, so here we are, new moon today, and last week of summer officially before we move into autumn. So we will play with the energies of things a bit today, as always. I invite you first to just find a little ease in your seat. Whatever that means for you, lifting it higher, taking some movements, wiggle, shake, stretch out, or any supports for your knees, or any shape of seat. What do you need to be in a relative stillness where you're in a compassionate attention to your body and not forcing your body like little kids in school, like sit down and be still and be quiet. Not that. Hey, body. How about this one? Take all the little wiggles you'd like. What's needed, what's wanted right now. What communication is present in the body that we are usually filtering out because of the vast amount of input we always have? As we come to settle into our practice, we allow those external layers of busyness and concern to drop away a bit. Let external sounds drop into the background. Thoughts of work or other relations, connections, just dropping away into the background as you become present in your center, in yourself, in this moment. Even if you will, imagine a clear, calm, maybe warm pool of water in your center, a place that you're slowly approaching and you see it expanding, gently expanding. And as tensions or busyness arise, slowly invite them into this pool of water to just melt away. Deepen the breath as though extracted from this pool of water. Great, soft, warm, calming, expansive breath that drapes over everything and melts any tension into this soft, calming, peaceful pool at the center. Breathful awareness, all parts of your body beginning to connect and descend into that spacious, peaceful pool of calm in your center. And as we drop in here, sense this pool, your center, your entire being, held by the earth, her steadiness and nourishment, held and kissed by the light of the sky and the breath of life. Continuing to expand these breaths from center outward, expanding center to gently embrace your whole being in a pool of presence and calm. Maybe from this center, this pool, you could imagine into the light of the late summer sun, reflecting on this pool. The slow, slender smile of the new moon just barely peeking its silver curve into the edge of the pool. And so even as we rest in this spacious and calm, we're invited to bring the light of awareness throughout our being, to follow the light of the cosmos into this turning time, feeling ourselves guided, held, supported, breathed. Hopefully before the body gets distracting in the seat here, stay present with that pool at the center. You can even kind of imagine you're submerging into it now as you slowly move yourself into Balasana, or child's pose. Toes together, knees wide, or knees together if that feels good for your spine. And press the hips back to the heels. If there's any difficulty here, please adjust as you need to. You can pad the knees or behind them. You could come more into a tuck, squat, or forward fold. Or you could lie on the back and hug in for a moment. Find a place that feels grounding and has some back body stretch and back body awareness. The back body in yoga is seen as the past as well as the universal. So really the universal being that Shiva, the divine, the vibration of consciousness before and after it's in form. So the past is that letting go of the back body, just melting away old stories, limiting beliefs, things we're done with, melting back into the vibration of pure consciousness, unaffected, unformed, pure, vibrating life force energy. And from this space as well, we might feel this vibratory connection to all beings, all space, all time, to all that we know in some way, even when we can't see it or directly touch it. For instance, so much of the back of your body, you know it's there. But in certain ways, we cannot be as intimate with our back body as others can. We can't see with our own eyes parts of it. So just play with that breath and awareness into the back body. Expand that pool of center into back body. And staying connected to a peaceful, relatively steady center, I'm going to begin to invite you to move the body here. So you might press out through the hands and give your tail a little wiggle wag there. And you could stay just in this very small movement, feeling whatever sensations arise. Or follow the exhale to pull the hips way out to one side, lifting from the navel, chest forward to the hands, hips way out to the other side, and back to the heels. So you're drawing big, big circles. Maybe next time that you get to the back, switch directions of those circles. And maybe next time on your way to the back, turn the toes under and then press the hips back to the heels. Again, give a little wiggle wag of your tail there, breathing into the stretch of the feet. And whatever else is speaking to you by way of sensation, send the breath into those sensational areas. Big breath to that inner landscape. As you exhale, begin to lift from the navel and the hips and shine out into the outer world, lifting into downward dog. You could pulse in and out of down dog, child's pose, or down dog all fours, or take pause here to bicycle the feet, wag your tail, bend and straighten the knees. Just warming up into the down dog in a way that's breathful and feels good for you.
A peace that lives beneath the waves, beneath the sorrow and the joy. There is a stillness and grace.
Find a relative stillness and grace, if you will, in your down dog, pulling back from the core. Relax the neck, reach the heart towards the earth, shoulder blades towards the hips, head towards the hands, and breathe.
It's pouring from your eyes.
Just another breath or two.
They bring healing, my friend.
And then exhale as completely as you can, and empty of breath, bend the knees, and hop or step forward. Inhale at the front of the mat, again knees bent as much as you need. Push into the shins, the earth or blocks, and lengthen the spine. Reach out through the hips and the crown of the head, long back of the neck. Inhale, long spine, and as you exhale, spine rounds over the legs, relax the neck. Twice again, bend the knees as much as you need. Get the spine really, really long and flat. And then exhale, straighten the legs as much as you can. Let the spine round. One more time.
A place of healing and calm.
And settle in with strong feet, strong legs, lifting up through the arches, knees, quads, and navel. I invite you now to interlace the hands behind your head. And then let the elbows and forearms hug the head. Let the weight of the arms and the head draw the spine long. So no pulling necessary, just releasing any efforting here. Pouring the spine long over the legs. And deep full breaths into that length.
It is God's love that's pouring from your eyes.
Last breath or two. Breathing that length.
They bring healing, my friend.
And slow and steady with heavy head. Roll it up one vertebra at a time.
The heart that breaks is but opening again.
And take your time there. Coming up to stand, root down into the earth. Open wide and gather up the sky. Exhale and center, hands to heart. Press into the hands, shoulders in the back, lift the heart. Inhale the arms up, lifting heart. Keep that lift and length, and slowly begin to lower the seat down. Keep the middle knees and middle toes in alignment here as you sink down into the seat. Weight into the tail, the heels. Follow your exhale, seat towards the height of the knees. Follow your inhale to a standing back bend. Lift the navel, lift the heart up out of the waist. Keep that lift of the upper body and sink the lower body back down. Seat towards the height of the knees. Following this exhale to its edge, follow the inhale to the sky. One more time, slow and steady like that. Notice if the body wants to rush through, probably, because it's harder when you go slower. And we want to wake up those muscles. We want a little burn in there. So right now, we're looking for that slowness to get the warmth and awakening in there. At the bottom this time, pour the weight into the right foot, hands to heart. Push into the palms, shoulders on the back, and then stretch that left foot back behind you in the air. So warrior 3, level out as much as you can, front to back and side to side. Push through heel and head. Lift the shoulders on the back, level the hips out. Deep, full breaths. Big inhale, follow your exhale to slowly step back as far as you can, hug in, and rise up, high lunge. Squeeze to center as you stretch out here. Find any breathful edge of back bend. Front knee deep, tailbone down, navel up, shoulders lifting the heart, shoulder blades. Big inhale. As you exhale, let's fly the arms down and frame that front foot. You may want blocks here and step the back foot in a bit. Push into the ball of the front foot and pull that outer hip back. Really find that connection. Ball of the big toe, outer hip pulling back from the push down through the ball of the big toe. So you get that stretch on the outer hip there. And then try to keep that length. Spin the inseams back behind you a bit and lengthen the spine out over the leg and bow in. And you're welcome to play with that pulsing, lifting the spine, pull the hip back, lengthen the spine, melt over the leg, spinning inner thighs back. Pulse in and out as you like, or just rest over the leg. I say rest, but also there's lots of muscular action in the legs. And the hands are helping to pull the shoulders down the back and the spine long. You could stay there, you could swoop the arms around the back and maybe hold your elbows or bring the prayer hands together behind the heart. Whatever feels like you could still stay present with the legs and add, you're welcome to. A few more breaths. Practicing extending the exhale, so you really have got those letting go breaths, that diving into the autumn, turning into yourself, patience and grounding of the exhale. Stay as you like or float the arms down. We're going to go big right now. Let's take that left hand outside of the right heel. Push the outside of your forearm into the outside of the shin, ankle there. Bring the, so if your right foot is forward, your left hand is outside that heel. And you'll bring the right thumb to your hip crease and lift from the navel, lengthen the spine and spiral towards that extended leg, the front leg. And keep pressing hip back, lifting heart, squeezing inner thighs, and spiraling to open and look towards the right or the direction of the front leg. Stay there, or maybe you lift that top arm up to the sky. Try to smooth the breath out here in this challenging place. Just a couple more. Lengthen those exhales. Take your time when you're done. Flow that arm down. Walk inside that front leg and let's parallel the feet. Hug the earth with your feet, lifting the arches. Pull the feet towards one another and spin the thighs back, long spine. Hands could hold the ankles or the earth behind you. Any little movements or wiggling out here, just rest in the forward fold with strong legs, a little engagement of the core pouring forward, neck soft, head heavy. And breathing the back body, the letting go of the season. Another breath or two. And walk the hands towards that front foot. Little squeeze to the deep core there. Inhale when you're ready. Exhale, step that front foot back. Inhale, strong core, long spine in plank. Hold steady, 5, 4. Shoulders down the back, heart soft. Tail reaching out through heels, heart reaching forward. One more breath cycle. At the end of your next exhale, shift forward and lower steady to earth or chaturanga. Follow your inhale to up dog or cobra and take a few breaths to pulse in and out of up dog or cobra, or take little rotations there, just breathing into some heart opening, front body, welcoming what's coming. And take your time. You can move back through child's pose or just pull back from the core, downward dog. And 4 or 5 breaths, child's pose or down dog or a little of both, any movements. Core pulling the weight out of the hands in down dog. Neck soft in either place. Deep full breaths. Exhale, empty it out. Bend the knees deeply and empty of breath. Hopper step forward. Inhale, hop forward. Exhale and fold. Hug feet to earth, muscles to bones, root to rise, and roll or fly on up. Take your time at the top, gather up the sky and center in. Press into the hands, lift the heart to the hands and breathe your heart's yes. Keep that lift of the heart, hands up, sink the seat low, Utkatasana. Weight towards the heels and the tail, hips towards the height of the knees, and then pour the weight into that left foot, pick the right knee up. Inhale and exhale as you push straight back, reaching out through the heel, press the crown of the head forward. Inhale, pressing out, lengthen it out. Follow your next exhale, slow and steady, to step back as far as you can, as light as you can, and squeeze to center. You could pause, hands to hips. Arms could go right up if you like. Hugging in, shining out, any breathful edge of back bend. Big inhale and the exhale. Hands could fly down. Open heart, stretch it out. We didn't do that one last time, but it's just so good. Take your time as you fly the arms down and forward this time. With an exhale, hands frame that front foot. And again, you may want blocks here. Push into the ball of the front foot. You step the back foot in a bit. So you're getting the feet as parallel as you can. and the hips in a distance or legs in a distance, feet in a distance, where the legs can be fairly straight, steady, strong, supporting you. Push into the ball of that front foot to pull that outer hip back. And try to keep that length, really feel that stretch. Ball, the front foot pushes in, hip pulls back. And try to keep that length there and spin the inseams back a bit. Reach the heart forward and lengthen over the leg. Bow in. Stay with that or pulse that. Push into that foot. Ball the foot roots down. Big toe ball. Pull that outer hip back. Spiral thighs back. Long spine. And exhale, bow in. You're pressing out to that back heel as well, so you get lots of calf stretch there. Outer hips, lots of hams. Spinning thighs back, lengthening spine. Lots of length in the spine. Again, stay there as you like. Adjust as you need to be more supported and steady here. Keep that little hug of your inner thighs together. Maybe swoop the arms around, prayer hands behind the heart, or hold your elbows. Lengthen heart forward. Relax the neck and breathe. A couple more breaths. Can you find that center of calm even in the shaking or challenge of these poses? When you're ready to transition, left thumb or front leg thumb comes to that hip crease. Push it back, squeeze those inner thighs. Bring the right hand or opposite hand outside the front foot, behind the heel or so, next to. And press the outer shin and forearm into one another. Press hips back. Squeeze those inner thighs. Lift the navel. Lift the heart. Lengthen out as much as you can. And then spiral towards that front leg. You could stay there, hand on hip, or maybe hand to the sky. Keep scooping shoulder blades down. Lifting heart. Squeezing the inner thighs together to support you. And back body breaths. Please stay as you like, or as needed here, or desired. Unwind, stepping inside that front leg, wide-legged stance. In here, you could play with heels in, toes out, a little sway side to side, a little more opening for the adductors or inner leg muscles. Or you could go for that rest in the forward fold. Find what's right for you. 5 or 6 breaths and any movements or variations that are right for you at this point to feel your whole body. Breathe your whole body. And you are welcome to stay in this forward fold or the dance you're in longer, or follow any inhale to come back to the hands and back towards that front leg and back to plank, moving through vinyasa, or once more you could just move through to lie in your back. Take your time. Any little movements or breaths into things that need attention on the way. And as you come to lie down, we'll just hug the knees in. Breathe the back body. When you're ready, let's open front body, staying connected to the strength of back body. So we'll root into elbows, center back of the head, root into the shoulders and the heels. Squeeze your glutes a bit, rise on up. Use the inner lace of the hands to squeeze the scapula together. Lift your chin, lift your chest, lift your hips. Deep, full breaths here. You might lift and spread the toes. Keep the balls of the feet down, but lift and spread the toes and pull the heels back towards you. Breathful here in this heart opening. Maybe you're inspired to any other movements or variations there. Or once you feel complete there, release the hands and ripple down. Hug your knees in. I invite you to happy baby. And as you rock your happy baby, listen in. Are there any other last movements or shapes that you would like before or as your final resting? It is 3 minutes away from our agreed ending time for those who are alive here today. So what do you need right now to feel complete? And begin to move as you're ready towards a supported place of relative stillness. So just feel your body, the movement of energy, all that you've shifted and changed. As you find that relative stillness, you might inhale and squeeze muscles to bones, hold, exaggerate, add an extra sip of inhale, and let everything go. And that inhale, echo inhale with a little squeeze of the muscles can really serve the letting go of residual tension, deepen the relaxation in the body. Take pause as you're able to with heavy muscles and bones. And just observe that movement of breath. Allow any thoughts or perceptions to flow into that wave of breath. Let that breath reconnect you again to that beautiful pool of at your center, and melt into that pool as fully as you can. Melt, melt, melt. Please stay resting or meditating as long as you're able. Or slowly begin to let the breath bring you back. Deepen the breath. Excuse me. Let the deepening breath move the body. Listening for that wisdom in the breath. Take your time. Moving from that pool of spaciousness and peacefulness. Stay as connected to that as you can whenever you are so inspired to make your way. to whatever's next in the world. Thank you for your presence and your practice.